This one's different. We have a denominator, and also here we're going to quite handily give ourselves the first and second derivatives so as to save some time here. So here's the function and domain. What is the domain? Okay, so I'm asking what x's am I allowed to plug in here? Well, what am I not allowed? Well, I can't plug in, well, I can't divide by 0. So x squared minus 4 cannot be 0. So x cannot be plus or minus 2. So that's one way to write the domain. Another way would be to use a union notation. So domain is equal to minus infinity to minus 2, union, minus 2 to 2, union, 2 to infinity. Another way would be to say domain is equal to real numbers, and then you a little slash, kind of a minus sign for sets. So real numbers, but exclude, use a brace. If I can draw a brace, wish me luck. Oop, oh, pretty good. Minus 2, 2. So 1, 2, 3 ways of writing the same thing. I have no preference. B, intercepts. Okay, the x-intercepts, you set y equal to 0 or f equals 0. So you get 0 is equal to 1 over x squared minus 4, and there is no solution. Okay, that's not possible. I can't take 1, divide by a number, and get 0. So there are no x-intercepts. Y-intercepts. Here we set x equal to 0. And then the function evaluated there would be 0 squared minus 4, which is negative a quarter, giving me this point, 0, negative a quarter. So that's a point that I will be plotting later. It will come in very handy. Part C, symmetry. This one will have symmetry. You can use that if you want to, but as usual, I will skip that. D, asymptotes. Okay, so we have f of x, oh my gosh, f of x is equal to 1 over x squared minus 4. Okay, vertical asymptotes, you're asking, when is the function shooting up to plus infinity or down to minus infinity? Well, that is when you have a denominator equal to 0, so x is equal to plus or minus 2. And we can calculate all these limits. So I can see what's happening when I approach to minus 2 from the left. And I can approach minus 2 from the right. Okay, that will be useful to know. And likewise plus 2. Plus 2 from the left. And also plus 2 from the right. Okay, so what are these numbers? Well, we will recall that f of x is 1 over x squared minus 4, which I'm going to factor as x minus 2, x plus 2. Am I going to factor that? I don't think that helps me. I think I'm just going to go ahead and leave it as 1 over x squared minus 4. Doesn't really help me too much. Okay, Now, if I try to plug this thing into here, okay, so think about something a bit more negative than -2. Okay, my denominator is going to be positive. So I'll have plus infinity here. If I have something a little bit bigger than -2, so think about -1.9, this denominator will be negative. So I get minus infinity. Now here I have something just below 2, so say 1.9 to help you think. This denominator will be negative, so we have minus infinity here. And finally, we'll have plus infinity for the last one, because I have something a bit bigger than 2, then this denominator becomes positive.